Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Starships Select Republic Gunship. It's number 12 in the set and released in 2022. This ship was first seen in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now because I'm back in college, during the summer I actually filmed a group of these ships all together. I think it was like 6 videos at once, taking me a couple days. But the thing is, out of all those ships, the TIE Interceptor, the Snowspeeder, the Scythe, the Republic Gunship is one that I kept looking at over and over again. This is a magnificent piece. I love what Hot Wheels did here. It's one that I really wanted to look at with all of you for the longest time. So, enough of me yapping, let's get right to the review. If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is go over the ship first. Then we're going to get a close-up look to show off all those hidden details. We'll put it on a stand, talk about the paint and other dimensions, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get started. Alright, look at this beauty. So just like in all my videos, I will go over all the major sections, and then we'll zoom in to get a nice close-up look at all those details. So let's begin. We have our cockpit area for the pilot and co-pilot. Right here we have our laser cannons. This little port here is for the turret gunner. So normally these things would have these orbs that shoot those little Death Star beams. They would attach right here. Also right here should be a troop entry hatch. Now I don't see a doorway or anything, but I'm just going to pretend that they just put plate in there. Moving back here, we have our slide-in door or troop entry hatch, the main one. So this would open up and fold back. That's the same for this side, which looks pretty cool. We also have a Republic symbol right here and here, kind of broken up a little bit, but you know what? These are war machines. They've seen some stuff. On the wings, we do have our remote little pods. These also fire those green lasers that the pods here would. So that's pretty nice. I like how they painted them in. These things right here are missile launchers. They're loaded from the missiles here and then come out the front. So that's awesome. For the underneath, we have missiles here and here. And then on the top, we have intakes for our engine on the left and right. On the aft, we have our main engine right here. It's painted silver for the vents. We have an aft laser cannon. This piece right here is a rear ramp. Usually in here they keep like bark speeders and stuff like that. For the underneath, we have 2 rivets, peg port for the stand, and copyright crap, along with tons of great paneling. All in all, a very nice looking ship. So now let's get a closer look. Alright, for having a closer look with the Republic Gunship, we'll start with the bottom, look at the sides, and go to the dorsal section, which is the top. So right here we have our laser cannons, looking pretty cool. We can see some nice details on the sides. We have a rivet, some nice detailing on the bottom. Line work is awesome. Copyright crap. Peg port for the stand. Pretty cool. Coming up, let me turn it. And here we have our rear ramp. Actually, that's a screw. Huh, interesting. You can see some great line work there. And then work our way to the aft. See, look at all that detail. See, the paint sort of fills stuff in and you sort of lose it. But there's a lot going on here. Then we have our aft laser cannon, which looks pretty cool. And then I'm sort of jumping to the gun, going to the top here, but there's our engine. Looking pretty nice. Nice vents there in silver. Awesome. For the bottom of the wings, you can see some great line work here. Pretty nice. Coming right down here. There we have some missiles. And then our remote turret right there. Looking good. A lot of detail on here. I have to say, I'm very impressed. Coming to the other side, we have our bottom, and you can see there is lots of detail. right there, actually everywhere. It's just that sometimes the paint sort of hides a lot of those fine details like that. Then we have our rockets again, and the other remote turret, which is pretty cool. Now coming down the side, you can see some nice line work. Here's our side door, nicely detailed. Everything's there that it should be. Pretty cool. Coming up, we can see more line work here. Republic symbol sort of digitized there. That's interesting. And it looks like it's worn away, like battle damage. That's sick. You know, I was looking at it before, and when you first look at this, it just looks like they put gray paint on it. And I thought to myself, you know, it's battle damaged. I accept it. It looks cool. But seeing it like that, you know, I could see it was done on purpose, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Anyway, we have more paneling coming down, which is nice. This little circle right here should be where our turret attaches to. Turret, whatever. I always mix it up. But my lord, the detail in here is crazy good. Don't really see a door. Should be one right about here. But okay, in my imagination, they just shut it. Oh man. Here we have the front, our two laser cannons, and some beautiful line work and curves. To me, these guns look great. Bravo. Here's our cockpit. You can see it's very rounded. Doesn't look bad. I would have liked a little more detail, but it is what it is. Turning around to the other side. Pretty cool. Coming up the top here just a little bit. See, there is some line work. Nice. Moving down on this side, we can see a little red paint here and there. More line work, detailing. I think they did pretty good with this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the detailing on here? And here we have our rear door that opens up. And just tons of detailing on here. I think it would have been a little better with a black wash, maybe, because the gray sort of mixes with this light tan or off-white. I don't know, I think it looks great. Some beautiful details in here. Nice. So for the top of the wings, again, we have some amazing detail. There's our remote turret. Some more line work. Here we have our engine intakes right here. And then it comes up to the rocket launcher system, which is very detailed. We'll look at that in just a few. Let me get a shot of the other wing. Looking pretty cool. And then line work. There's our air intake. And then back to the rocket launchers. Okay, so these rocket launchers are very detailed. If we look at the aft section of them, you can see there is detailing around these parts, and they're a little recessed in, which is nice. The underneath is beautifully done as well, and that's on both sides. For the sides, you can see all the different shapes. Little piece of plastic fuzz there, so they're held in with paint. I can't get it off. Here we go. See all those different shapes and molding sections around. Some line work as well. That looks pretty cool. The fronts don't have any recessed areas, but there is a tiny little circle you can see inside of them. So that's pretty cool. And then for the top, I love this little grate area. Comes down, you can see a little rocket. Oh man, that's awesome. They really went above and beyond with this piece here. And it's the same for this side. That's why I'm only focusing hardcore on one. But over here we have the top, which is nicely molded. The aft, which has that nice little cut. And then, like I said, here's the interior of those rocket launchers. And then right here, these are spindles of rockets that would load into this piece. That is cool. Pretty nice. And that's everything I have to say about the mold. I love all the details on here. So now let's put it on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. Alright, looking at the stand for the Republic Gunship, first we have our base plate, which has a nice Republic symbol and Republic Gunship printed on there. On the front, we have Star Wars and Hot Wheels molded in, and underneath we have copyright crap. Next, you're going to grab your pylon piece, put it in like so, hear that snap, and just like that, you're ready to get your ship. And put the ball into the socket like so, press down, and just like that, everybody, you are good to go. For the paint on a Republic Gunship, this bad boy features 9 colors: an off-white, gray, a greenish yellow, maroon, glossy black, black, dark gray, silver, and a nice gray wash. Great paint job on here. For the ship's size, it's 4.38 inches or 111.28 millimeters in length. For the ship's weight, it comes in at 6.2 ounces or 176.1 grams. And now for a quick size comparison with the Starships Select Republic Gunship seen in the center. First, on the right hand side, we have it next to the Jedi Interceptor, which looks fantastic. And then finally, on the left hand side, we have it next to the Jedi Starfighter. In my opinion, these are some awesome looking vessels, and if you're interested in seeing reviews of any of these ships, check the links in the description below. And that's everything I have to say today for the Hot Wheels Star Wars Starship Select Republic Gunship. It's number 12 in the set and released in 2022. Hot Wheels did a fantastic job at bringing all the intricate details of the Republic Gunship to life. From the hull plating, to the missile launchers, to the cockpit, and even the weapons. They look amazing. The only nitpick I have, if I had to pick one, would be that it doesn't have the troop entry hatch in the front. So in my mind, I'm just saying that maybe they shut the door and it sort of blends in with the rest of the whole plating. When it comes to the paint, we have 9 different colors working together, from that maroon to the off-white to that yellowish green. Great color choices. It looks immaculate. And the ship also does come with a cool stand that unifies it with the rest of the collection. So that's everything I have to say about this awesome ship today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. And I know I say this all the time, but thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch my show. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.